Hello student, welcome you to Mohan's classes. In this class we'll learn chapter 17 of your social study, and this is the third chapter of your economics section, and the name of the chapter is the nature of the India economy. The nature of the Indian economy, and this is the part 1 of this chapter. Here we will discuss part 2, that is industrial and service sector. That means first of all we will learn about industrial sector. In this chapter or in this part 1 of this class we will learn industrial and service sector. But first of all we will talk about industrial sector. Before beginning the class, let us learn a glimpse of the past 60 years. A glimpse of the past 60 years. Past 60 years in the sense after the independence of India. Initial phase. Before independence, the growth and spread of industry in India was limited. So here it is said that before the independence of India, the growth and spread of industry of India was limited. That means there were a limited industry in India, and those industry were not growing much in those days. There were very few industry at that time, mostly jute, cotton, cement, iron, steel, etc. That means before independence, only few industries were there in India, and most of the industries were like jute, cotton, cement, iron, and steel. These were the industry which were available before the independence of India. More than 80% of the population lived in villages. That means before the independence of India, most of the population or people of India were living in the villages. Hence, cottage industry played an important role in generating employment. As we learned from the previous sentence, it is said that 80% of the population or the people of India, they were living or residing in the villages. That's why cottage industry played an important role in generating employment. What is the meaning of cottage industry? That means small industry or the home or house industry. The things which were produced or manufactured at home, those industry were called cottage industry. So as maximum people they were living in the home or the villages, that's why cottage industry played an important role for what? Generating employment. Next sentence, a large number of people were employed in these small enterprises. That means maximum number of Indian people, those who were residing in the villages, they were employed in the small enterprises or in this cottage industry. So in this paragraph we learn that before the independence of India, the growth and spread of industry was limited. There were only few industries, mostly jute, cotton, cement, iron, and steel. And this paragraph also says that 80% of the Indian population lived in villages. That's why cottage industry played a vital or important role for providing employment to people. That's a large number of people they were employed in the cottage industry. Next paragraph. The bar graph shows that the contribution to the GDP of the industrial sector rose from 17 in 1951 and 28 in 2009 and 10. That means if you look at the bar graph, look at here. In 1950 to 51, the employment status of India was how much? 17. But when you talk about 2009 and 10, the employment status of or the share of GDP or contribution of to GDP from the industrial sector, it is increased up to how much? 28. Look at here, in 1950 to 51, it was only 17%, but in 2009 and 10, it contributed 28%. Next paragraph. During this 60 years period, the sector sales in employment rose from 11% to 22%. Look at the bar graph here. In 1950 to 51, how much people were employed in this industry sector? Only 11%. But in 2009 and 2010, 22% of people were employed in the industrial sector. Understood? While 17% contribute to GDP from the industrial sector in 1950 to 51, but in 2009 and 10, 28% contribution or the industry contribute to GDP. In the same way, 11% of people were employed in industry during 1950 and 51, but in 2009-10, 22% of people were employed in industrial sector. Thus, although industry grew, the growth in production and employment was below expectations. That means after the independence, the industry grew, or the growth of the industry took place, or there was growth in the production, but employment status was below expectation. Next paragraph. After independence, the government took many steps to promote industrial development. When India got independence in the year of 1947, after the independence, what happened? The government took many steps to promote industrial development or to employ people in the industrial sector. The primary object was to achieve self-reliance by producing a range of goods to fulfill country's need. That means in the initial stage or in the beginning stage, what was the objective of government? The objective of government was that to self-reliance by producing what? A range of goods to fulfill the country's need. That means the goods which were needed for our peoples or our country, those goods were produced in India. Understood? In the initial stage, government produced the goods which were essential or needed for the people of India. Those goods were produced in the initial stage in the industry and factory. To encourage the growth of new industry, the government focused on establishing core industry such as electricity, machinery, metals, minerals, etc. What does this sentence says? This sentence says that to encourage the growth of new industry. That means to establish or to encourage the growth of new industry, government focused on establishing core industry such as electricity, machinery, metals and minerals. That means in the initial stage, to encourage the growth of new industry, government established what were the industry? Core industry. Those were electricity, machinery, metals and minerals. These were the industries established in the initial stage. Factory requires the products of this core industry. That means all the factories and industries, they require what? Product of this core industry. Which core industry? Like electricity, machinery, metals and minerals. New factories were set up at a rapid pace following establishment of core industry. That means there were many new industries were established by following what? Or establishing core industry also. Production and employment also grew with rapid industrialization. As the new industries were established with the establishment of core industry. Which are the core industry? Electricity, machinery, metals and minerals. So because of that, what happened? there was a growth in production and employment as the industrial development took place. Next paragraph. Setting of core industry is a challenging task because they require large capital investment and long gestation periods. That means to establish a core industry, we need or we require large capital. What is capital? That means money. A large amount of money is required to establish core industry. For example, it takes 5 to 10 years to set up a power plant to generate electricity. That means if we want to establish a power plant, at least it takes how many years? 5 to 10 years to generate, so to set up a power plant to generate electricity. Means to generate electricity in a power plant, at least we need 5 to 10 years to set up. That's why the government step in to establish this industry. Because of that reason, government initially established this industry. Which industry? This power plant industry. Among the large industry, government set up in the public sector were iron, steel, power plants and mining and minerals. That means there were many large industry which government set up, but government also set up many public sector industry. Which were that? Those were iron, steel, power plant, mining and minerals. These were the large industry were established by government in the public sector. These large enterprises catalyzed the establishment of factories, which in turn generated employment and helped to make the country self-reliant in the production of major goods. So this sentence said that these are enterprise catalyzed to establish a factory. That means according to different categories they establish factories, and in turn when they established industry there were many employment opportunity. That means government helped people to employ themselves, and it says that what generate employment and help to make country self-reliant. That means self-dependence in the production of many goods. That means country need not to import goods from other country. That means all the goods were manufactured in our country itself. So in this paragraph it is said that for setting up core industry it requires large capitals and a long gestation of the they want large capital and goods. For example, to establish a power plant for generating electricity, at least it takes 5 to 10 years. That's why in the initial stage government planned to establish such kinds of industry in a sense like power plant. And there were many other large scale industry such as steel, iron, power plant, mining, minerals. And these industries were categorized and through which government could employ a large number of people, and government made self-reliant in the production of many goods. Next topic, the reform phase. First of all, we talk and discuss the initial phase. The next is the reform phase. The government made many laws to develop industry. Listen carefully. Government made many laws to develop industry. For example, it gave small producers the production rights in some sectors such as producing cloth with handlooms. What does this sentence says that? It gave small producers the production rights in some sectors such as producing cloth with handlooms. That means, as we'll learn from the first sentence, that government made many laws for developing industries. So what happened for the small producer? They given what? A production rights for some sectors such as like what? Cloth with handlooms, not a large scale industry. Next, large industries were not given permission to set up factories to produce these goods. That means small scale industry or the cottage industry, they were given permission to produce small goods like a cloth with handlooms. But large scale industry were not given permission to produce the goods and things which are produced in the small scale industry or in the cottage industry. Listen carefully. The goods which were produced in the small scale industry or cottage industry, those goods were not produced in the large scale industry. A large scale industry will not given to produce the goods which were produced in the small scale or the cottage industry. This was done to protect the small producer from the competing with the big producer. So why this law were implemented or made? Because if the large scale industry produce these things, then the small scale industry or the small producer, they could not do competition with the large scale people. So in that case, what will happen? The large scale industry, they will produce a large number of production and they will get benefit, but the small scale industry people, they will be what? Degraded, or their profession will be eradicated. That's why government did not give permission to the large scale industry in order to produce the things which are produced in the small scale industry. Next, also the small scale sector employed large number of people. In compared to large scale industry, in the small scale industry, a large number of people are employed. Because in the first paragraph we learn that 80% of Indian population, they were living in the village, and that's why maximum people, they were employed in the small scale industry and cottage industry. So in this paragraph we learn that government made many law for the industry. For example, government given permission to small scale industry to produce cloth with the handlooms, but they did not give permission to large scale industry to produce such things which are produced in the cottage industry or the small scale industry. The reason behind is that if government give permission to large scale industry for these things, then the small scale industry or the small producer, they could not compete with the large scale industry. And also maximum number of people are employed in the small scale industry or the cottage industry. Next paragraph. A licensing system was introduced for large industry which regulated the quantity of goods they could produce. That means for large scale industry, license system was introduced which regulated the quantity of goods they could produce. That means for the large scale industry, the government introduced a license system, and according to that, government fixed that how much amount of goods they could produce. That means they could not produce as much they want. According to the license and the limitation which government has implemented, that much good only they could produce in the large scale industry. But this industrial policy created many problems over the years. But this industrial policy, there was many problem, or it created many problems throughout the year. The licensing system became more and more complicated with the paperwork and documentation required to set up an industry taking a lot of time. That means for applying license and to work the documents or the for making the document or the paperwork, it took lot of time. Only influential people could easily procure license. Understood? This paragraph says that this industrial policy created many kinds of problems and complicated. How? While people apply for this license and while the government produce license, there was many document work and paperwork, and it took long time. And those the influential people or the like a political leader, powerful people, they could easily produce the license. The big industrialists benefited while the policy created many hurdles for the small entrepreneurs. That means big industrialists, they got more benefit. But problem created for whom? The small scale industry and the cottage industries people. How? The big industrialists were able to establish their monopoly in some sector with absolute no competition. This shifted technological progress and limited production. That means the big industrialists were able to establish their monopoly in some sector and with absolute no competition, because they were rich and they were having a large number of capital, they were having a large scale industry, so manufacturers less time more production, so nobody were there to do competition with them. And the last sentence says that this shifted technological progress, limited production. That means because of this reason, what happened? There was a development in the technology and a limited production. Next paragraph. So, while the industrial sector grew rapidly in the past 15 years after independence, with big increase in production and employment, the sector subsequently faced problems that slowed down the growth of industry considerably. This paragraph says that while the industrial sector grew rapidly in the first 15 years after independence, that is after the independence or the first 15 years of after independence, there was a rapid growth in the industrial sector or development of industry with big increase in production and employment. As the industry developed, a number of industries were established, large number of people were employed, and large quantity of goods were produced. The sector subsequently faced problems that slowed down the growth of industry considerably. That means in other sector, the number of industry were shut down or decreased. How? Let us talk from the next paragraph. During the slowing down phase, many public sector factories run by the government also start making losses. That means as the big industry were increased, the large number of people were employed in the big industrial large scale industry, and large number of production were produced in the or manufactured in the large scale industry. The small scale industry and the cottage industry was slowly what? It decreased. So this paragraph says that during the slowing down phase, many public sector factories run by the government also started making losses. The government have to provide extra funds every year to keep them running. That means government had to provide extra funds for what? To keep them running. The hope that these factories would become self-sustaining was never realized. As they were having hope that these factories will become what? Self-sustaining or self-dependent, it was never realized. The economy was faced with the growing problem of unemployment, lack of capital, investment. There was a economical crisis in the growing problem of unemployment, because we know that 80% of Indian population, they were living in village. That's why cottage industry or the small scale industry was the solution for the employment. That means large number of people were employed in the small scale industry. But as the large scale industry increased, and because of that reason small scale industry decreased, so there was an economic crisis, because maximum people they become unemployment, and because of lack of capital for investment. That means in the small scale industry and capital industry, the people or government unable to invest the money. That's why the country faced many kinds of economical crisis. Next paragraph. The industrial policy was changed in the decade of 1990s and efforts were made to resolve the problem faced by the industrial sector. In this paragraph, it is said that the industrial policy was changed when in the year of 1990. When in the year of 1990, and they the efforts were made or efforts were created to solve this problem in the industrial sector. This policy reform encouraged the establishment of new industry and allowed greater freedom to import and export certain goods. So according to the when the policy reform or reorganized or recorrected, they encouraged to establish a new industry and allowed a great freedom for import and export. What is import? That means things brought from other country to our country, and export in the sense what things are sent from our country to other country. It also encouraged private companies from other countries to set up factories in India. When our country was unable to invest money and employed large number of people, then the policy or the industrial policy was changed and modified. According to the new policy, they encouraged to establish new industry, and they also given freedom for import and export. In same time, our country they encourage private industry or companies from other country to come to India and to establish or set up industry in India. The licensing system was discontinued. Thereafter, as we know that earlier there was a system of license, so it was discontinued. Large industry were now permitted to set up factories in sectors that were earlier restricted. That means now large industry were given permission to set up factories where earlier they were not given permission or they were restricted. The government also invited private sector to take over and run its loss-making factory. That means government also invite the private sector or private people to spend money and to establish industry to run its loss of making factories. That means we know that government was losing much money and industry. So to save that or to recover that one, they invited private sector to establish industry. Increasing competition in the market forced these factories to improve their operation and increase the production. As many industries were established, there was a increase of competition in the market. That was the reason many of the factories improved their operation and increased their production. So in this paragraph we learn that in the year of 1990 this industrial policy was changed, and according to this policy or the reform policy, many new industries were established and they were given freedom to establish industry. Even they also given freedom to import and export goods from the other country and other places. Then also government encouraged private company to establish their industry in India. Next, as there was a license system that was discontinued and large scale industry were given permission to set up industry where earlier they were restricted or prohibited. Next, government invited private sector to take over the industry. Why? Because government was not having sufficient amount of capital to run the industry. To save the losses, they invited private sector to run the industry. As many industries were established, there was a large number of competition, and because of competition, there was an improvement in the industry, in the operation, and improvement in the production. Next paragraph. The liberal policy encourages private and foreign investment in industry as well as the information and communication sector, leading to the establishment of many new factories and enterprises. That means the liberal policy encourages private and foreign investment in industry as well as the information and communication sector. What is the liberal policy? That means the policies of freedom. That means government given freedom to the private and the foreign country to come and establish industry in India and in the information and communication sector. That led for what? Establishment of many new industry in and factories in India. Understood? That means when government renewed the industrial policy in the year of 1990 and established the liberal policy or the freedom policy of freedom. So because of that, many foreign industry and the private sector they established industry in India. Or because of that reason, many new factories and enterprises were established in India. Our next topic is employment in the industrial sector. Employment in the industrial sector. High levels of automation in the new factories, however, led to the fewer employment opportunities in the industrial sector. That means, at the large scale industries were established. So, in that industries and factories, a high level of automate machines were established in the factory. Understood? At the large scale industries were established. So, in those industries, high level automate machines were established. So when a automate or high level automate machines were established in the factory, less number of employment opportunities were available in the industrial sector because earlier 5% doing a work, that work is done by a single machine now, and because of that reason a 5 number of peoples are become unemployment because of the machine. Look at the example. For example, production multiplied fivefold in large steel plants between 1991 to 2005, but the number of workers employed in the plant was reduced by 50%. That means in the year of 1991 to 2005, a large number of factories were established and the production increased, multiplied to fivefolds. That means fivefold. But what happened? The employment status decreased to 50%. That means 50% of people become unemployment. Why? Because of machine. The work which were done by the people or worker, those works are done by the single machine now. That's why 50% of people become unemployed. In 1991, the plant produced 10 lakh tons of steel and employed 85,000 workers. In the year of 1991, plant produced how much? 10 lakh tons of steel. And how much people were employed? 85,000 of workers were employed. In 2005, production increased 50 lakh tons, but the number of employees went down to 44,000. Listen carefully. In the year of 1991, how much production took place? 10 lakh tons. But in 2005, how much production took place? 50 lakhs. That means okay, fivefold more or multiplied by 5. In 1991, 10 lakh tons. But in 2005, 50 lakh tons. But let us look about the employment. In 1991, 85,000 people were employed, but in 2005, 44. That means 50% of employment the people become unemployed. Many jobs were given contractual workers. Many of the jobs given to whom? Contractual workers. In this way, employment in the industrial sector did not rise according to the expectation, even though production increased substantially. So what does it says? That means the production increased in large number, but the employment decreased. In this paragraph, we learn that as large-scale industries were set up, high-level automated machines were established in industry. That's why there were a few employment opportunities were available in the industrial sector. Why? The production increase are multiplied to fivefold, but the employment decreased. As we learned that in 1991, the production was 10 lakh tons and the employment was 85,000. But in 2005, the production multiplied into fivefold, that is 50 lakhs. But the employment down went to 40, that means 50% down. And maximum jobs were given contractual basis. In this way, the increase of production developed, but the number of unemployment increased in our country. Next topic, subsectors of industry. Subsectors of industry. We need to look at the subsectors of the industrial sectors if you are to understand how production and employment can be increased. In this paragraph or in this sentence, it is said that we need to look at the subsectors of industrial sector. Subsectors of industrial sector. If we are to understand how production and employment can be increased, that means if you want to know that how the production as well as the employment can be increased, then we have to look subsector of the industrial sector. Industry requires electricity, gas, water supply, mining and manufacturing facilities to produce goods. In industry, we want what? We need electricity, gas, water supply, mining and manufacturing factories for the production. Manufacturing is a process in which raw materials are physically and chemically transferred into new products. So what is a manufacturing process? That means in a manufacturing process, raw materials are both physically and chemically transferred into a new products. That means from the raw material through the physical and the chemical process, we transfer into a new products. Manufacturing is the most important subsector of industry. So there are many subsectors, but manufacturing is the one of the most important subsector of industry. In 2009-10, manufacturing contributed 60% of GDP and employment around 5 crore workers. If you look according to census 2009 and 10, manufacturing contributed how much? 60% of the GDP. What is GDP? Gross domestic production. And also what? 5 crore people as workers or employment. Next paragraph. Manufacturing is widely accepted as the foundation of a balanced economy. So what does this sentence says that? Manufacture is widely accepted as the foundation of balanced economic. That means for maintain the balanced economics, manufacture is the what? Important thing. It was a primary factor. It was a primary factor in the growth of development of countries. That means manufacturing is the primary factor in the growth and development of a countries. Historically, all developed countries focused on developing their manufacturing sector. If you go through history, it says that all the developed countries focused on developing of their manufacturing sector. Growth in manufacturing catalyzed demand in other sector. That means if there is a growth in the manufacturing sector, it also demand in other sector. So in this paragraph or the sub-sector of industry, we learn that if we want to know how to increase the production and the employment, then we have to look the sub-sector of the industrial sector. Because industry requires electricity, water supply, mining, manufacturing facility, and production of good. So manufacturing is a process in which what happen? Raw materials are physically and chemically transferred into a new product. Understood? What is manufacturing process? Manufacturing process is that raw materials are physically and chemically transferred into a new product. That's why manufacturing is the most important subsector in the industry. If we talk about the year 2009 and 10, manufacturing contribute 16% GDP to our Indian economy, and around 5 crores people were employed in the manufacturing process. That's why it is said that manufacturing is the foundation of a balanced economy, and it is the primary factor for the growth and development of country. If you look historically, the developed country focused on developing manufacturing sector. Then the growth of manufacturing can demand in other sector also. Goods from the manufacturing sector fulfill many of our life needs. There are many goods from the manufacturing sector, those who fulfill our life needs. So, the objective of the manufacturing sector is to find the appropriate technology to mass produce goods and ensure that these goods are available everyone in the market. What does this paragraph says? Goods from the manufacturing sector fulfill many of our life needs. Because of that reason, the objective of the manufacturing sector is to find appropriate technology to produce a large number and to ensure that these goods are available to everyone in the market. Listen carefully. Goods from the manufacturing which is fulfill our life needs. Because of that reason, manufacturing sector is to find out the appropriate technology or the suitable technology which could produce a large number of goods and which can fulfill the demands and needs of people in the market. Basic metals, food processing and textile are important manufacturing industry in India. So what are the important industries in India? Basic metals, food processing and textile. Iron and steel is a core industry with steel production indicating the manufacturing capability of a country. So what are the core industry of India? Iron and steel. These are the core industry of India. The food processing and textile industries are the biggest employment generators. Food and textile. These two are the important industry where more or the large number of people are employed. The textile industry is an example of an important manufacturing industry. Textile industry is what? An example of the important manufacturing industry. Listen carefully. Basic metals, food processing and textile. These are the important manufacturing industry in India. Iron and steel are the core industry of India. Next, the food processing and textile industry employ large number of people. And it is says that the textile industry is an example of important manufacturing industry in India. Where India is self-reliant for all requirements from raw materials to machinery to finished product. What it says that? The textile industry is an example of an important manufacturing industry where India is self-reliant for all its requirements from raw materials to machinery to established product. That means among all the industry, this textile industry is an important manufacturing industry where India is self-dependent in all requirements. Either it is raw materials or machinery, everything we get from India only. The employment situation in the food processing industry is given in the following table. Look at the table. This is the what employment of a situation in the food processing of Indian industry. So rest of this chapter we will be learning in the part 2 of the video.